Hello there everybody, Fast to Lego Studios here, and welcome in guys to the very first week of building up a Lego life-sized Captain Rex sculpture. Let's jump right into it. And here we go again guys with the very next life-sized Lego build to the channel being Captain Rex. It's going to be quite a tribute to the end of the Clone Wars Season 7. Thought it'd be quite a very good time to do that. And with having the Lego Spider-Man sculpture being quite well received, thought this would be a perfect time to go ahead and build up Captain Rex. And as goes for what I'll be using to do a plan out of this Lego sculpture is I'll be using a software called Brickar, which is going to take an OBJ file and convert it into a Lego model. Similar as I did with the Spider-Man sculpture, this one's going to be a little bit more different with all of its diverse techniques going all the way throughout. I cannot wait to go ahead and do all of that. That's all going to be in this week's episode, getting all that plan out done. Sooner in the weeks here we're going to be doing is going to be using Blender to go ahead and pose a 3D model, kind of 3D rig it, and then once we rigged that model, we'll then voxelize it into becoming a Lego model, and then once that is complete, we then have a template of the body, which once again we're going to design and build, kind of do a quick calculation of everything in terms of how it's going to be its stance, the center of gravity, and all that. That's going to be soon enough coming up in the future episodes, so stay tuned for all that. This week's episode though, we'll be beginning to build up the helmet, maybe even get into some gluing, I'm not sure, but time will tell. Quite a fun week ahead of us, so let's go ahead and begin building. Alright guys, I went ahead and got the voxelization of the Captain Rex helmet all complete. You guys can see that I've got the OBJ file converted into Lego bricks, and so far it looks quite nice, just about to say the least. Quite a little bit more to go here with getting a lot more plates and specialized Lego pieces on within the build, but for now this kind of just makes a really nice template to get out the size, the height, the proportion, all that, just gets everything just about nicely understood and just about gives me a rough idea of how I want it to look in the end. Surely I did the very same thing with building up Spider-Man, and in the end result he came out quite nice looking without any flaws whatsoever. And so we're doing it once again with building up Captain Rex. And then as goes for the visor piece here, you can see we have a phase 1 visor that's soon enough going to be like welded into a phase 2 helmet. We got like the weld pattern going on up here. Soon enough that'll make a lot more sense once we get a lot more of like the dome built up to the top there. And then as goes for this little kind of red thing off the side here, all this is supposed to be is like a little holster for the metal armature that's supposed to be going on like up here. Soon enough that'll be all placed in, and it makes once again much more sense. And then as goes for these kind of little pegs that stick out the sides here, that's just supposed to be to holster the entire kind of armature holstering system onto like the, let's say it's gonna be like a circle right here. It's just gonna be like holstering onto those 2 points. That is all the progress that I currently have going on. Alright guys, and here we are with the second progress update to building up Captain Rex's helmet. And starting off, you can see I've gotten quite a significant amount of building done all the way throughout. But beginning to take a look on what that building is, see I've gotten one of these respirators all the way and built up. Already integrated into the build, which looks really nice in the end result. I'm quite happy with how all this looks. Soon enough going to be building up the second one over on this side here, but in the meantime what I have of that breathing respirator is this. Not so much of everything complete, but soon enough progress will come to an end and we'll get this breathing respirator into its place. While it's nice and open, you can see how it's all put together, having quite a little bit of just headlight bricks being used off to the side here, using these 1x1 bricks that are with like 2 studs on either side, a modified Lego brick. We can have like these hinge pieces in the back here to kind of give it its angle, as everything, this, especially this area here, quite is a tricky kind of angle to get right and just kind of attach it into place. There's quite a lot of that going on with this, and in the end result it quite nicely satisfies me. So quite a lot of very interesting techniques to bend the Lego pieces in, but as long as it's all nice and without stress Lego pieces, it will all work out in the end. And taking a closer look on the side of Captain Rex's helmet, This area in particular took me quite a little bit of tries to get right. I'm still tweaking it here and there, but taking a closer look at it, the weld between the Phase 2 and Phase 1 helmets are complete here, getting the kind of streak running up here. In the end, it looks really nice with having the snot technique being combined with linear Lego building, and in the end, I'm quite satisfied with the result and hoping to continue building this up. And finally, I've gotten the armature beam thing that we're going to be holstering the armature with, just about attached in the center. A little bit of formatting to go still, and a little bit more just kind of ideas to kind of expand upon, but for now, this is what we have going on. See, I got like the main structure going on in the center. I got one beam already running out to here to here. I don't know if this is going to be so permanent for now, but just kind of testing it out. Probably going to have another one like go from here to here, from here to here, and finally like from here all the way to here. That is all to come in the future, so let's go ahead and continue with building up Captain Rex. Alright guys, progress is really tying together now, and all these sub-assemblies are coming together. You guys can see that we've just about got the whole face mapped out, and beginning to take a closer look at this progress update. I've just about got the second respirator all the way integrated into the build, though I am missing 2 Lego pieces within the inside. You guys can see the 2 holes there. I have a bricklink order coming in so I can fill all that in, so that is no big problem. And then as goes for the rest of the face so far and kind of the mapping, the entire top section having the visor stayed just about the same, nothing changed there. But what really is new here is the mouth and this kind of marking piece going just about here. Taking a closer look at it, this mouthpiece especially took quite a lot of designing to get right, and in the end just settled on a little simple linear kind of building up build technique, and it really did work out quite nicely. I did overcomplicate it with doing a little bit of a sideways build before, but this works out much nicer and kind of works out a lot easier with how it's going to be built. So here we are with this design. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below, what you guys think. And as far as this kind of marking piece going off to the side here, let me pull it out and show you guys how it is built. Alright guys, and taking a look at the markings of Captain Rex's helmet here, starting off with this, what I decided to do was I used a offset of a Lego jumper plate with a 1x1 brick that has a stud going off the side, and when you combine those 2 types of techniques together, what they make is they make this really nice kind of fined down, very slightly fined down build by just about a plate, and in the end result, it makes a really nice kind of angle going down into the entire build. I may be changing this in the future, maybe not, but I'm pretty happy with this so far, so no plans to that in the near future. And then as goes for this kind of physical curve of it kind of sloping down like so, what I've done here is I've used this kind of slope to minimize the possible gap that is possible when a brick is connected horizontally, and at the same time to have no interference of Lego bricks when the Lego brick once again is connected horizontally. And as that is done, it makes a really nice kind of seamless kind of design in the end, and I'm quite happy with the end result. And then as for how this is all connected, I used something just as simple as a Lego clip, and in the end, it turned out to be quite nice of a result. And as goes for the back of the build here, we've made quite a little bit of progress going up here, but not too much. We've just about ran out of Lego plates, but not entirely, as I still am building up the front of the build. I need to do a bricklink order coming in soon, so I can kind of get this entire build built up. So that'll be in the near future, but for now, this is what we have to work with. And then as goes for the height of this, you guys can see that it hasn't really gotten too tall, but it's just about 3 plates tall, meaning it's just about a brick tall. Not too tall and not too short, just about enough to maybe barely stabilize every entire kind of layer built up here. But this is what we have at the current time being. But with all that being said, guys, let's move on and continue up building the front of Captain Rex. Alright guys, progress has really been coming together quite nicely so far, and taking a closer look on what I've got. You guys probably don't even notice this right off the top, but I've just about scaled the entire helmet by 2 studs smaller. Reason being is because the helmet was slightly oversized in every direction, and once kind of the visor was attached onto it, it just about made it slightly just really strange looking in a way, so to kind of avoid that issue of inaccuracy, I've just about shrank the entire helmet down, and with that being done, it looks a lot nicer. And as goes for the progress going off to the side here, we've just about got this entire cylindrical area going up here complete. This for sure just about took up quite a little bit of designs to get right, and quite a lot of Lego plates. It rapidly just about consumed them building it up into here, but in the end result, I'm quite satisfied with how it all turned out. This area so far is just about going to stay permanent for now, though I am going to be doing an engrave to kind of get the weld pattern integrated into this area here and build up into over here. That'll be in the near future, and I have not forgotten about the weld pattern, so that'll just kind of gives me an idea of how all this is going to look, and then I just kind of integrate the pattern from there on out. Rather, the section on top here is not so much of a permanent area, as it's going to be taken apart quite a little bit in this area in particular. Reason being is to kind of get the staggered Lego brick pattern off of here and into a much more smoothened out building area overall. Soon enough, I'll be doing that once I get more plates. That'll be soon enough all changed out into plates here. So stay tuned to the channel to see all that happen. But as goes for everything else going above on this side here, you guys can see that we have a lot more progress to work on, which will be continued in next week's episode. But with all that being in mind, guys, let's move out into the outro of the video. Alright guys, and here we are at the end of week number 1 to building up Captain Rex. We've made some incredible progress in this week's episode as we've gotten the entire plan out of building up Captain Rex, such as getting the voxelization of his helmet complete, the layout of how it's all going to be built, the glue that we'll be using, the armatures that we'll be having, the holstering system to the armatures, and all that complete. All that is all out of the way, all the technical stuff is all out of the way there, and we've just about began getting the building done, the physical building all complete here. And as goes for the helmet, this week's episode, we've made some incredible progress and will be continued in next week's episode. You guys can see that we've gotten all these shapes that are so necessary within the build complete. Quite a lot of geometry that go into building up all these shapes, kind of getting everything to fit in without stress and getting something to look like this. Uses up quite a lot of plates. As my end conclusion here, plates are extremely necessary when building something like this up. But with all that information out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment down below in the comment section of what do you guys think of this LEGO Captain Rex building series. But with all that being considered, guys, keep on building, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.